Hey guys, Swamp Cleaner Harry here, back with another video for you, and this one is in a very tumultuous time in DC. We've got a bunch of stuff going on. We've got the State of the Union address tomorrow night, Donald Trump's first State of the Union, and I'm sure that he is going to be tooting his horn and he's going to be telling the American public, a lot of whom who really don't pay attention during the rest of the year, and just listen to what the mainstream media says, or listen to what a friend said from what they heard from the mainstream media and stuff like that. But more will tune in tonight and hear what Donald Trump actually has to say, and maybe someone will actually go and look and see what's going on and see that they're going to be getting more money in their paychecks, and they're going to be getting less money taken out of their taxes, and we are defeating. Excuse me, I'm so excited. I'm just filling up with all kinds of joy. But that we are defeating ISIS, that we have made Korea come to the negotiating table. We are trying to secure the DACA kids. I know that's a controversial subject, but I understand where he's come from. But it's just the tactic of using it as bait to show how the Democrats are the ones who don't care about the Dreamers, that the Democrats want to use the Dreamers as a political tool, and maybe that will sway the people to see who is actually looking out for them. Like, it is imperative that all this coincides with what he says tomorrow night and what we find out in this memo, because that's the other talking point that I'm going to get to, is hashtag release the memo. Hashtag it, everybody. Don't forget to hashtag it. Release that memo, because the American public needs to know. They voted on today. They voted to pass it. And you had Adam Schiff, Schiffy Schiff himself, coming out there. Oh no, this is an attack on democracy. Like, this is an attack on the very faculty of politics in America. I'm paraphrasing. He didn't say that stuff, but you get the gist of it. Oh Lord, but they're running scared. And oh, look who went out the door today. FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe. He went running. Where'd he go so quickly? But apparently, Deputy or no, Director Wray, who was appointed by Trump, was saying earlier that he was threatening to resign if McCabe was forced to, or if McCabe was fired. But now, after reading the memo, he turns around and makes Cabe resign. Heads are rolling, everybody. This is moving and it's starting to turn out faster and faster. It's starting to really tick now. This is a very good time to be alive, as Alex Jones would say. Very good time to be alive. Very historical moments, because this is the biggest con job in the history of American politics. It's bigger than Watergate, and a lot more people than just current people in politics are going to be put to the chopping block. President Obama has been suspiciously silent since the new year. Where'd he go? Does anybody know? He's not. They don't talk about him really. I mean, unless somebody can point out a news article to me where he's been. Maybe he was at the World Summit. Maybe he was at the Economic Summit at Davos, and I'm just an idiot and didn't see it. But if it's there, show me. But anyway, let's get on to the State of the Union. Trump is going to come out, and he's definitely going to toot his horn, talk about the jobs. We got record jobs growth now. Black unemployment is the lowest ever recorded, and Hispanic unemployment is also way down. People are coming off of food stamps. People are coming off of assistance, And this is coinciding with massive regulation cuts. People don't want to talk about the regulations. People talk about the corporate tax rate here, the corporate tax rate there, yada yada yada. But people forget about all the regulations Donald Trump has cut that relieves another burden off the shoulders of manufacturers and companies, and allows more free capital to be invested back into the company, given to their employees, like a lot of companies have now, and that gets to another point that defeats the Democrats' narrative that these are all just crony capitalists and they're just going to stay fat cats. They're going to get fatter. No, look, they've done what we've been telling you, and I've been saying it for 2 years to my friends and to people at work, and a lot of people I work with are very stubborn and they don't get me. But now a lot of them are like, oh wow, because they actually looked it up. More than 1,000 companies are giving wage increases, and 200 companies gave bonuses to their employees of $1,000 or more. Home Depot, Apple, come on, like, it's evident. Everybody now knows it. The working class, doesn't matter if you're left or right, everybody knows it. You're getting money back, and less is coming out of your taxes come February, and hunky dory. This is going to slam shut that argument in favor for the Republicans, and it's a twofold punch because now we got this memo that's going to be released. Donald Trump is now the only person that has to sign off on it. Donald Trump has to sign off on this memo being made public so we can finally see who the people were who coordinated this whole dossier gate, FISA gate memo, who in the Obama administration was talking to who, all the strings being pulled. There's a picture. It was up on InfoWars had it. It showed the insurance policy, and it showed Hillary Clinton linked with Strzok and Lisa Page through the last scandal, the email probe. Then it was linked to the current Russiagate, and they were linked to all the other people. There's McCabe and his wife getting $700,000 for her Virginia Senate seat run, and then that money just disappears. She keeps it apparently. That should be a separate investigation. You got all this stuff blowing up, and it's finally going to tip in favor for the Republicans, tip the favor for smaller government, lesser taxes, and more accountability, more pretty much have the American people be more aware that you need to hold people more accountable and not just take people for their word. You got to actually do your due diligence and do your homework. It's not the same as what you were taught when you just listen and what you're taught is correct or what you've been told is correct. You don't question it. I've seen people just blindly follow a statement where on a video somebody was asking a question at a rally, and it was I think it was Flecka Talks who was doing it, and he was asking these two people questions and they couldn't find the answer, and somebody walks up and is like, oh, don't do it, he's just like a conservative troll or a and they're like, okay, we're not supposed to talk to you. It's crazy. They just take its instructions and don't think for themselves. So they just, now finally people are waking up to, oh wait, maybe not everything at face value is what it really is. I got to do my homework and figure it out. So that is awesome. Now, I know I got sidetracked. Back to the State of the Union. He's going to be talking about how he destroyed ISIS. Where is ISIS? We barely read about them, and apparently they're getting destroyed. Their ass is getting kicked left, right, and center. We just killed like 150 of them or something like that in an attack or in an airstrike and leveled them. And we're still hunting their leader, and he's hiding in a cave somewhere. They got their tail between their legs, and they are gonna kiss their ass goodbye. Now he's also gonna probably talk about Korea, and how he's brought the North Koreans to the negotiating table, and the South Korean, I think it was the Prime Minister or the Ambassador, I forgot, which one, but the South Korean official stated that I want to thank, you should thank Donald Trump for bringing the North Koreans to the table. So there you go. The South Koreans attribute North Koreans coming to the table because of Donald Trump. He's doing good on foreign policy. Immigration, that's a tougher one, but like I said, he's working on it, and he's trying to expose the American public to the fact that the Democrats don't care about the Dreamers, and he's using them as, and they are using the Dreamers as tools, but he's showing, he's actually giving a legitimate offer. The offer is, he'll take it, please take it, but then I get my wall, the visa lottery is gone, and the chain migration is gone too. And that's good, because the chain migration stuff is all the Dreamers plus whoever, and so it's not going to be plus, it's just going to be the people he selected. And you cannot slip through the cracks. It's not under Trump. He's going to make sure that there is checks and balances on every level to make sure that whoever is going to be getting amnesty, and this is even if this ever happens, okay, this is my hypothetical, that if they do get amnesty, that they will be double checked to make sure that they aren't like they aren't like the brother of the person who's like listed, and they're going to do their checks and balances to make sure that whoever is the Dreamer is the only one who's getting in. And that's on a case-to-case basis too. If you got a Dreamer with a felony, bye-bye. Okay. So, then, like I said, tax cuts, regulations, that's all good. Trump is going to really, really nail this down. And who knows, maybe simultaneously during his State of the Union address, the memo will be released, and we will find out the conspirators to this actual conspiracy, because there are plenty of dots that have been connected. There's plenty of evidence around. We have timelines. It's very concrete. And when 200 congressmen say, this is something people need to see, this is crazy, and then within a couple days of the director flip-flopping on, I will resign if McCabe gets fired, to, hey, McCabe, get your ass out of here, after reading the memo. The only change was him reading the memo. So come on. Put two and two together. Stop being so cognitively dissident. Stop being so willfully ignorant to reality. This stuff is coming apart at the seams. The storm is here. Hashtag the storm is here, and I am riding it. I'm kind of like, reminds me of Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump when he was on the shrimping boat during the storm. He's just up on the mast going, woohoo! We are ready for the storm. We are Lieutenant Dan, laughing at the storm because we have prepared ourselves. We know where the storm is going and where it is going to make landfall and who is going to get dumped on. Sorry about that. It's just a lot of information is happening. It's moving very quickly. Tomorrow's the State of the Union. Tonight, very big night. Fox News is all over this. CNN is painting this as a distraction to the Russian collusion. Guys, it's been a year. It's almost a year and a half. Give it a break. You don't have any evidence. None. You don't have anything. Otherwise, Schiff would have come out ages ago saying you do. But you don't. Now he's saying that your memo, that the Republican memo is going to be destructive to... No, it's going to be destructive to you. It's going to be destructive to what you've done, to what Comey's done, to what McCabe's done, to how Susan Rice was checking off and allowing these unmaskings to go ahead, so it can build the case against Trump for this FISA, so they can try to impeach him. This is all a major collusion. Like, this is all going to blow up. It's going to splash everywhere. You got the fake dossier paid for by the Democrats, by the Clinton like the Clintons. The DNC was the debts of the DNC was paid off by the Clintons too. The DNC was in debt since Obama's run in 2012, okay? They were still in debt. They couldn't do anything. So they need a lifeline, and Hillary Clinton paid off their debts. And guess what they did for her in exchange? They rigged the primaries so she would get it over Bernie. That's one of the massive, massive motives, okay? So there you go. We've got the State of the Union address tomorrow. Trump is going to blow everybody away. Economy, jobs, ISIS is done. Korea is in check. Immigration is a win-win either way for him. Regulations, tax cuts, everything, okay? We are good to go. And we got a hashtag, release that memo. I don't know, hashtag, I don't know, whatever. Hashtag release the memo. Let's get going. Alright guys, this is Swamp Cleaner Harry. Remember, follow me on Twitter. Thanks again everybody who's been there since the start for me. 1,500 followers. I love you all. Everybody who's been there since day one and since a couple hours ago. A couple of you guys have subscribed, so thank you very much. But everybody, this is Swamp Cleaner Harry. Let's MAGA, let's make America great again. Let's show the American public what Donald Trump has actually done, and let's hold those accountable in the deep state, in the past Obama administration, to what they've done in the Clinton campaign, in the DNC. This is splashing everywhere. Oh my, the swamp. I saw the perfect gif. Hillary Clinton poking like her fingers and her feet into holes in the dike that's holding back the swamp that's keeping DC flooded. So here we go. It is coming apart. Tomorrow is going to be a good State of the Union, and that memo is going to be within our hands, hopefully within 24 hours. Before then, hopefully it's released before or during or right after, but he's got to do it, okay? That's one thing he has to do. Don't, like, you're the president, you can do it quick. You can sign it in 5 seconds and say, release the memo. So release the memo, hashtag it. Keep hashtagging, keep pushing it. We got to make it trend number one. You know, Twitter likes to censor everybody. They like to censor conservatives, and they like to ban our way of talking. So let's get on them. Let's get on them. Let's get on this. Release the memo. Everybody have a great night. This is Swamp Cleaner Harry. Let's go.